big news this week. I assume you heard Kylie Jenner announcing that she had plastic surgery. Yeah,
I didn't know. I mean, I've always known that. She just pretended like she didn't.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, because we were talking about her last week because of the whole aging filter. And when I was doing research for that segment, it was talking about, had she had plastic surgery on her face. And I thought she hadn't. But I didn't really look at anything else. And so, for those who don't know, on the latest episode of The Kardashians, Kylie came out and said that she had gotten a breast augmentation when she was 19 years old. And she actually kind of regretted it. And so actually that's going to be our next segment is, are there plastic surgeries you shouldn't have before kids? Because she was saying that, she thought she had her great breasts, but then she got the augmentation, then she got pregnant, and I guess things got kind of away from her a little bit. And so, so that was pretty big news because she always kind of denied having plastic surgery. I think specifically, though, she had denied having plastic surgery on her face.
Yeah, but there's so many TikTok videos of these people just like over analyzing all of her pictures.
It is crazy.
Videos.
Yeah. And
there's like this picture, like this video where some TikToker had like zoomed in on her neck and you can like see where it's like cinched, where like she might have gotten something done. I don't know, as a plastic surgery.
I mean, it would be like a neck lift, or something like that.
So, just random stuff.
I mean, not to like beat a dead horse, but I started looking into it, and I was like, okay, well, let's kind of, everyone's talking about Kylie Jenner and plastic surgery, so let's talk about it and see what we think. So, after I kind of looked, so I flipped through her old Instagram pictures and pulled them up, and so once I saw her kind of before after this alleged augmentation, I mean, it's clearly obvious. So, Travis, throw up that first picture if you would. So, there's, I think she's 16 or 17 in that picture on the left. And then there's her like 19 or 20. I mean, as a plastic surgeon, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like her breasts are so much fuller in that right picture. And if she had gained a bunch of weight, you might say, okay, well, maybe she just gained weight in her breasts. But looking at how top heavy her breasts are, like natural breasts generally don't sit like that. So, I kind of looked at that picture and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious that she'd had a breast augmentation, and I just had never.
But at the same time, it's like, who cares?
Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I know. But
I obviously, as a plastic surgeon, I'm not going to be.
You're like, good job. They look great.
Yeah, I was like, she looks amazing. I mean, she's a beautiful girl, and I have to say, this is probably the first time I've really kind of looked into her like over the years. Like, she has changed a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is they started like she was in the media when she was just like an early teenager, and
she had to keep up with her sisters, who were her half sisters, who she doesn't look like.
No, not really
that much at all, and like I think that side of the family is naturally more like voluptuous.
Right.
Because look at Kylie's sister, Kendall. She is like a needle. Like she's just like needle thin, very small features. She doesn't have like a big butt, big hips.
And so, Kylie was kind of like that too in her earlier pictures when she was, like 13 or whatever. I mean, there was a slew of them on the internet, like comparing her.
She's embraced her Kardashian side.
She has. Well, the first thing that she did, I think, was the lip filler because she naturally had pretty thin lips. So throw up that next picture, Travis.
Very thin.
That's her at like 14 on the left and then 15 on the right. And so looking at her upper lip, I mean, it looks pretty clear that she had gotten some fillers in between those two pictures.
This was also back then where because we're around, she's younger than me, but like at this stage, like trending for makeup, like girls didn't wear lipstick that often. It was like it was almost like an old lady thing.
Oh, really?
Lipstick. Yeah, like girls didn't wear lipstick.
Interesting. I missed that. Why?
But like now, it's like lipstick is like really popular now.
Yeah. So it looks like that she continued that trend though, because like the next year, her lips started to get even a little bit larger, and then she starts to look more kind of like she does now.
Yes.
So yeah, I think definitely early on that she was getting lip filler, which is a little odd. I mean, if my daughter, at 14 wanted to get a lip filler, I'd be like, I don't think we're gonna do that. But I mean, obviously Kylie's lives a different life. She's in the media, all the time with the show, and so I get it. I mean,
and now she has an empire about her lips.
Yeah, exactly.
Her lip gloss company,
which is crazy because she started out with
nothing,
with really thin lips, and then she is just kind of built this. Yeah, you're exactly right. Build an empire out of something. I guess it's the wonders.
It was all part of the momager plan.
The wonders of fillers.
Jenner.
So the next thing that people were talking about with her as far as plastic surgery goes is whether or not she had a nose job. And so I never really thought she did. I looked at some of her pictures when she was young, and then I looked at some of them when she was older. And so let me throw up the next one, Travis. So this is where people, no, I think it's the one after that. Is it, or is it that one?
So I only have that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I guess that one is it. Yeah, because
I think it's her makeup.
I do too. And so that's what I was going to say.
Because there's stages of my life when I was a teenager that I didn't know how to do my makeup. My nose looked like really wide.
Right. And I agree with you, because there was some big
stuff.
plastic surgeons on the internet looking at these two pictures and saying, this is where Kylie got a nose job. And I kind of disagree.
I think that's straight up makeup.
Well, there it is, Travis.
That one.
That's the
Okay,
one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, okay.
You can tell that's makeup. Like, look at the dark shadows, like right here.
So, and plus too, as you age and you get into your later teens, like your face does change.
It
I
does.
mean, your nose does not stay the same from the time you're 13 till the time that you're 18. And so there are a couple pictures where it looks like her nose looks slightly thinner, but I think it's either lighting or makeup. I think, I'm not, I wouldn't bet my life on that, but I mean, if I was a betting man, I would say that she hasn't had a nose job. I mean, to me, her nose looks too similar. Even when you pull up pictures of her from, more recently.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look that different than she did when she was 13 or 14, except that, her face has changed. And so, and her makeup changes and the lighting changes. So, all these plastic surgeons out there saying that think she got a nose job. I mean, I'm not saying 100% she didn't, but I don't think she did. I mean, as you said, makeup can do a lot.
One of my really close guy friends, he was like, "Sarah, did you get a nose job?"
Really?
I was like, "No, I just do my makeup differently."
Yeah.
Because he hadn't seen me in a long time.
Well, and you've seen those videos, and I think we even had one on the show one time where it showed how people were using makeup to completely, change their look.
It's like contouring.
Yeah, right. So,
I used to never put makeup right here to make my nose. If you put darker shade right here on the sides of your nose, it makes it seem a little bit thinner.
Right.
And you put a highlighter tone on top, and your nose can completely change. Just like the way you put darker tones at your cheekbones right here to make it look. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I kind of agree with you. So what do you think? Do you think she had a nose job? What do you think, Travis?
I don't think she had one. I think she's just so popular that people just speculate.
Oh, totally. Man, people make careers.
I think she
out of talking about
definitely
her.
gets Botox. And
I
all
do
that
too.
stuff.
And that goes along. I mean, for sure she gets fillers, and I'd say probably Botox too. Her skin is just perfectly smooth. She probably does lasers too, and she's kind of young for that stuff. But hey, I mean,
I guess if she wants to look in her 20s her entire life, then that's the way to go.
That'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm 68.
I mean, if that's what you want to be.
So you get carded for liquor. You're like, no, I'm 65.
I have 5 grandchildren.
So it's funny. Depending on the clothes I
Actually,
wear.
I'm buying this for my grandchildren.
I've gotten carded in the past year. Because sometimes, depending on how my hair looks and what I'm wearing, especially if I'm wearing a ball cap or something, I can pass for pretty young, and it makes me feel good whenever I get carded. When you're young and you get carded, you're like, you're all angry about it, and then you get old and you're like, please card me.
I always get carded when I'm dressed like a very...
I would card you. You look super young. I'm old, man.
I don't get carded. If I go in somewhere like this, I don't get carded. But if I go somewhere at a liquor store and I'm just wearing a t-shirt and a pair of shorts and my hair is in a bun, no makeup, they're like, what are you doing here? The 7-Eleven's over there. Get your candy down the street, weirdo.
Oh my God.
I'm not a big drinker, but I've never gotten carded before.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten carded. They probably just said he's an old man.
It's because you're tall.
I guess so. That could be it too. But yeah,
I had a really tall guy friend in high school, and everybody went to him to go buy tobacco or something, and he was just a big dude. He had a full beard already.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, go to that gas station.
Dude, totally.
This one.
I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about.
get
When
it.
we were young, it wasn't as big of a deal to go buy beer and stuff. And we had one friend, one of my friends, I won't say his name because people know, but he was the guy that looked older. And we would on Friday night, we'd be driving all over town, up there in Denton,
Just seeing
Denton and Lake Dallas. like
Yeah.
seeing who would sell to him.
I don't know. Like
Times were different back then. This is not. This is
Absolutely.
many years ago. Okay, all right. Getting back on Kylie, I kind of derailed our conversation here. Sorry. So the other thing that they were talking about was jaw surgery. I don't really think she had any jaw surgery. I mean, her jawline to me looks pretty similar from start to finish. So I disagree with that one. Maybe some fillers like along her cheekbones. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
has
The
some
next
really
was a
high
BBL, and this one I don't know about. And so there's a picture. Throw it up, Travis. I think it's the last one. Yeah. So this is a picture of her when she was. I think on the left she was like maybe 14, and the later one she's 18 I think. And so people were saying, oh, was she she had a BBL. I mean, I don't know if you can say that for sure. I mean, people's bodies change a lot in their teens, and so. I mean, could that be her natural, buttocks on the right? Sure, it could. I mean, she has personal trainers. She could work out, build her muscles, and also, just become more shapely as she gets older. My one question about her getting a BBL is or Brazilian butt lift, which you guys know I don't like Brazilian butt lifts. But one of the issues is that, you have to harvest the fat. She never was really big ever in her life. Like, where would they have gotten the fat to do a BBL on her? I mean, because I've seen pictures of her like in bikinis and stuff. If you over lipo someone, you can generally tell. Like you can see that someone's been really lipoed hard, and she doesn't look like that to me. I mean,
it hasn't the Kardashians. I mean, not the Kardashians, but hasn't Kim had a BBL?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
everyone thinks that.
I mean,
Yeah.
their legs look like
Right.
bean poles, and then their butt comes out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if that's what. I don't know if there's any pictures of Kylie like that.
No, I mean, there's not. I mean, you can get on her Instagram. She does a lot
Looks
on
a little bit
Instagram.
more proportional.
Yeah, I mean, she's more proportional. I mean, yeah, she looks more curvy than she did when she was, 14. But who doesn't? I mean, So I mean, once again, it's kind of like the nose job thing. I kind of think she probably didn't have a BBL, but I mean, it's impossible to tell. I feel about equal on both of those. That that she probably didn't. I feel pretty good about saying that, but I mean, of course, I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to tell unless you see something that's just a dead giveaway. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of the surgeries that people are talking about that she had, and I do think it's important that she is honest because there's so many people that look up to her, and so and I've said this in the past that if there's celebrities saying that this is their natural body and it's actually from plastic surgery, then I don't think that's good because it gives people this kind of false idea of what normal is, and so I appreciate that she, said she got a breast augmentation. I think celebrities should be honest about the things that they have, because I mean people are going to talk about it anyway, so
Yeah.
I want to just be honest. So, all right, well, let me know what you guys think. If anyone out there watching thinks that I'm wrong about her nose job or BBL, let me know. And if you have pictures, I'd love to be proven wrong, but I kind of feel like she hasn't.